Good evening. Just moving my tea. Hi everyone. Hi. Welcome to my live. Just say hi wherever you are. I see there are people who joined, so I'm not longer by myself. We're just waiting for someone to join me. So welcome guys. I'm excited that you have joined me. I won't be long today like yesterday. So I'll just be quick. So say hi when you're coming through so that I know I'm not by myself. Okay, let's go. So welcome. If you are new in my social media, so welcome to my circle. I'm excited that you have joined. I see there's a heart. I'm excited that you have joined. Let me introduce myself. So I'm transformation coach Mashudu Mbele. Hi, Nomusa. I'm also a credit repair coach now. I spoke about credit repair yesterday, so do check that live. So you can go to my YouTube as well and you can just see in detail. And it's a live that I'll do on Tuesday. So set up your Tuesday, 7:30. I'll come and talk about credit repair, different topics, so that I can do that financial education and also it's financial wellness. So I'm also an energy healer, a NLP practitioner. I'm also an entrepreneur. I'm also a metallurgist. So I've got so many hats that I put on. So today I'll be a coach as well by just sharing about wellness. So in NADA, so on Wednesday we talk about wellness, and wellness can be anything. The other time I just spoke about the different emotions as well in terms of your wellness. And then today I just wanted to share about what I did last week, and I remembered I didn't share it on the live last week. It's about your annual health checks. So, guys, have you done your annual health checks? For me, last week I had to go to an oral hygienist, and you can also check on my timeline. You can just see the funny photos that I took whilst I was being cleaned. So, in oral hygienist, they clean your teeth. So you can go to a dentist to check whether your teeth are fine, and you also have to clean to remove the tartar. For me, there was a lot of tartar in my teeth that I had to remove, and normally it's recommended that you go there every 6 months, and I was quite behind in terms of that. And what was quite surprising with me during that session is that as much that this whereas it's uncomfortable to go and do your annual health check, it can be doing a pap smear, it can be doing your mammogram. I remember someone, I told them, because when you're over 40 you need to go and do your mammogram on a yearly basis, and the pap smear, some people, it's not a comfortable thing to do with somebody. They're touching you, they're putting metals within you. It's excruciating. And even with the oral hygienist, during that period, just being you can hear the zzz, but it just shows you at times for you to know how healthy you are. You have to go through some uncomfortable things. It's like also going to coaching. When you go to coaching or you come to me as a coach, as a client, you realize there's so many things that you need to deal with that you are not aware of, and your coach will start opening your eyes and you start realizing that, and that you've got issues. It could be trauma, could be issues with your relationship, you could have anxiety, you could have depression, you could have what we call negative emotions, because I'm also a negative emotional therapy practitioner. And you could have childhood trauma. Like this week I'm having a class on Sunday for ladies. I had one for men where we were talking about how the mother wound manifests and how to heal it. So it was a lovely class that I had, and like I'll be sharing some of the testimonies and the fact that gents are doing work. There's been this thing of women saying it's only women who are doing inner work. There are gents who are doing inner work. So encourage your guys to join the class, but don't force them. They need to do it willingly. So this week with the ladies, we are just talking about how the father wound manifests, and at times it manifests, it impacts your relationships, and it impacts you as a person, your esteem, your worth. You feel unworthy, and you could be someone who's in a relationship and you are projecting the father wound in your partner and you're not aware. And the reason that you find that both of you are attracted to each other because you have got both similar wounds that you need to heal. And you find out the lady, if there's a guy listening, she's angry and all that drama. Even yourself, you don't know as a gent. So there are so many traumas that come out as we are in a relationship, and you realize you're in the drain. There's something that you need to do. So coming back to the oral hygienist, when she had to go through all the truth, and I also have got feelings that I had to put, because over time when I was young, I used to numb myself by eating sweets, chocolates. So later, when you grow up, you need to close those holes, and yeah, it's uncomfortable. And then some of the roots had to be killed, so there's a dead root. So you realize that the person needs to go deeper. They need to drill and clean, and it's so uncomfortable. And it also comes back to you being a human being, that you need to go and do those uncomfortable things. Putting a plaster on the issues won't help. I see there's Mvelo, welcome, who has joined us. So putting on a plaster won't help. So I encourage you guys to go and do those uncomfortable tests, because you might even find out you have diabetes, you've got cholesterol, and you're not aware of it. So try to schedule. So what I used to do with myself, because my birthday is January, so January I'll dedicate it to go and visit the different doctors, and so that they can check. And also for men, you need to go and check for your prostate health, how you are as well, and also your bloods. Also, you can include your kids in terms of your bloods. So you need to check how everything is working, how the liver is working, because even with the blood test, they can check how your internal organs are working. I remember when, because I grew up in Soweto in Shawela, and my granny used to work for Shawela Clinic, and when I was sick, she would take me to see the doctors. And what I loved about that process when I check now is that each time you go, before you see a doctor, they'll take your file and you go and do your urine test. And that was quite amazing, because your urine test can show many things about your health which you're not even aware of. So that was a religious thing that you had to do. And you can see even the color, because how the color is, because it depends on how hydrated you are and other things that they can detect. And at times when you go to a normal GP, they don't do that. You get diagnosed, and that is something that one, it's only when, normally depending on your GP, then they will be told go and do urine test. But that is not something that I've been exposed to. I'm not sure about you guys. So at times I miss that, because I know by the time I leave the clinic, I'll really be helped. So it's important that you take care of your health. And then another thing that I wanted to share as well is one of the things that we're doing in Enabler. I've got a subsidiary company which is called Nephedite. It's all about self-care and self-care products. And I've been sharing about the herbal teas. Hi, Miss Sol. Welcome. Hi, Rolani as well. See. And if you are in YouTube, I'm also live on YouTube and all my accounts. Please like and subscribe so that you can get the recording, and also share with others. So I've got, coming back to Nephedite, I've got thank you for the love. I've got the womb teas, and we also have got other teas. So we're just busy finalizing the website so that it's easier to order. So I blend the teas, so I blend them with love. So we've got what we call the Goddess Tea. So I'm also drinking it at the moment. I know there's some people who will be watching me drink. So what I do, so it's already here. So what I would do is I'll boil water, and then it's nice to have a retainer, and then you boil water and then you put it in a retainer. So this is my kettle. So you boil water and you put the tea inside. So that is what you put. So you'll just measure and then you put it in. So this is how it looks. So it's quite loose. I don't know if you can see that. And then you put it in and you close. You let it brew for 10 to 15 minutes. So I did that before the live. It's quite amazing. It's not bitter. I received a review of being told that the tea is not bitter. It's not bitter. So I love it, and it's relaxing. So for many people, everyone's the goddess. So I've got the goddess and the nourishing. I'll share on the regeneration one as well and the kidney one. So the feedback that I've received has been amazing. Some lady, one of my clients who's in PE, she told me that she used to do the pap smear twice a year. Normally, pap smear, coming back to the wellness, you do it once a year so that they can check your womb health if you're okay. And each time she'll have to do it for twice a year. So imagine the cost involved and the budgeting. And today we just received an email from Discovery that they're increasing the monthly fees. So it's quite interesting, something that you have to factor. So she was doing it twice, and then I met her, and then she bought the tea, and she was so happy when she sent me the feedback. Said even the doctor was so surprised. What did she do? And then now she'll only go and do the test only once a year. So that is quite amazing. It removes the stress, because when you're ill, when you're not okay, it's not only the test, it's everyone who's involved, even your families, they don't feel okay, and it just creates pressure and stress and so many things. So so I'm quite excited. So we call it the Goddess Herbal Tea. So, and then this is how it looks like. It comes in 50 grams and then also in 100 grams as well. And then at the back you'll see it's written, it's this one, it's crafted, and the ingredients help to rejuvenate and support and protect your womb. And also the brewing, it's also written how you brew it, that you take a one skip tube and then you wait for 10 to 15 minutes, and you can drink it once or twice. You can add honey, but normally I say before you add honey, just drink it and feel all the ingredients. And when you buy it, you'll also, the ingredients, you'll also get a paper telling you what each ingredient does. So that is why many people, when they send me their testimonies, I'll say, oh, that is the ingredient that they are talking about. That is how they responded to the ingredients. So it's quite amazing. And also, if you are starting this, it's quite important that you also consult your doctor. Or if you know the different herbs, how they affect you, yes, you'll be okay. So that is the goddess tea. So I love it. And then we also have got the nourishing tea. This one is it's a lovely one. This one, it helps with heavy and crampy periods. So it helps. So the herbal teas are not to diagnose, it's just to help. It's part of your supplements just to take. And then you realize everyone has got different testimonies. And some, I remember the first time when I shared this, I was on a retreat and the lady said, why am I going so much to the loo? And you find that because there was water retention. And then the other one says, when I drink the tea, I don't eat a lot anymore. It balances. I don't have to stress because I was worried about my weight and all this. So I'm quite excited. So if you like to order, do let me know. You can send me a message on 060 5086 So that is the line, and also So those are the details. So you can reach out there to me. So it's a lovely tea. So order them, and also I'm making blends for men, the men's blend, the vitality blend. So on the website I'll also share. So you'll be getting that. And also knowledge. So I'll be teaching also about what each ingredients do and all that. So you'll be learning a lot about the effects of nature. I just love natural products. Before I even drink pills, I'll start with nature. Like during the pandemic, what I used to do, I still do it. I create my own concoction. So my own concoction will be bay leaves. So I always say whatever is in your cupboard, in the kitchen cupboard, is your pharmacy. So I'll take bay leaves, I'll take lemon, I'll take cinnamon, I'll take honey and ginger. So that was my concoction, my immune booster that I was taking throughout the pandemic, just to boost my immune system. And we were taking it, all of us as a family. It's quite amazing. So start reading, start learning, because you can heal yourself from the kitchen. So you can even Google, what does rosemary do? What does parsley do? What does chamomile do? So those are the things that you can start using before you even just start taking medication. I'm not saying don't take medication, but just try the natural supplements and see how they help. And also drinking water is quite key. Drinking water, and so that you cleanse yourself. And one of the things that you can do, which I love talking about the morning routine. If you are still not aware about my my morning routine, it's where you, because each time you wake up, you need to have a routine. What it means, it centers you. You don't take everything from outside. I attended a session, and then I asked in that session, the first thing that you do when you wake up, what do you do? Do you go to social media or do you do something? And I found out most of the people with they go out to social media first in the morning after they woke, they open their eyes, which means they are being controlled by outside stimuli. They don't center themselves. So it's important how your day starts will determine how your day will end. So it needs to start with you centering yourself, reducing the external stimuli so that you can own the day. So what you could do is that when you wake up, you just say, practice gratitude. Say the things, 3 things or 5 things that you're grateful for, and then open your eyes, and then leave your bed, and then you can go and drink water. And the water can be warm. You can put lemon so that it cleanses your internal organs, because throughout the night your body has been working, doing amazing things. You might be someone who reacts to lemon. It needs to be fresh lemon, not the other one. So you can just drink water, and then after that you can find a song that you really love. So when we get older, we forget about be having fun and the child within ourselves. So you could just find a song that you really love and you just start dancing. By dancing, you are increasing your heart rate. You are making sure your body gets enough oxygen. Because when we grow up, we don't breathe properly. Like if you haven't been exercising for long and you just even start walking for 1 kilometer, within 10 minutes you feel your body itching, because there are areas within your body which are receiving oxygen and they're getting awakened. So after that song, you can go and pray, you can go and meditate, and then you can prepare your day and exercise. So you have just centered yourself, and you can journal as well. So that is what you could do. So the first 20 minutes of your day, they start your day. You can even create intention, because it's important to create intention. Daily you are creating intentions and you are not aware of as well. So that is what I'll suggest that you do. And I'd like to hear what you have to say about that. So, in terms of your wellness, it's quite important to take care of yourself, because the body that you have, that is all you have. And when you start getting older, it gets hectic. Because I remember when I turned 40, I went to my guy and he says, "Oh, you just started reaching the year where your body, as much as you work hard, you don't see the results that you used to see." So if you're in your 20s or in your 30s, appreciate your body. Do all the exercises that you're doing. I'm not saying the other 40s they shouldn't. They should. We need to continue doing, but at times the results won't be as immediate like when we were still young. And you that is something that you just need to embrace. And then you also need to look holistically in terms of your health on how you're doing. So your health is very important because if you are not healthy, it's going to cost you. And you need to start now so that your body can take care of you when you are older. So today we're talking about overall our physical wellness, and other times I'll also talk about our mental wellness. But also your mental wellness is quite key. So even with the services that I offer now is the tea, just a reminder, the goddess and the nourishing. It's all about your wellness, and you realize each ingredient is doing amazing things to you as well, and also cultivating you to drink. I saw one of my neighbors and we are chatting about it. Says, no, I don't like it. I said, try it. You'll see you love it because it's tasteless, it does not bitter, and you just love it. So, what do you guys do in terms of your wellness? Have you done a pap smear? Have you gone and see a urologist, guys? Gents, you need to go and see a urologist. Have you seen one? Have you done your full blood count today for this year? Do you know if everything is fine? Is your liver, your kidneys are working well? Because if you're not doing that, you only start one day when you just fall out of nowhere and you realize you're very sick. So prevention is better than cure. So start doing that. So as I'm about to end, I trust you have learned something. And I'd like to hear, what are you doing? Are you doing? Do you take your health seriously? Do you do those tests? I know that people, when they have to go and do blood tests, we've got many in my family, the veins just disappear. And we'll just laugh. And some people are scared of needles, but just do it, just go. So it's similar to the oral hygienist thing, because that day when I was doing I was in, so it was so uncomfortable. So try to be uncomfortable maybe once a year on your birthday month so that you know what is really happening with you. So yes, I've seen a guy with this. That's amazing. Well done, Miss Ntolo. And others, I don't know where you are. So have you done one? Even your eyes. So for me this year, yes, I've done a pap smear. I've done a mammogram. A mammogram is so uncomfortable. Just them putting all those blades around and just moving around. So I've done one. And then I just need to go and check my x-rays as well, my chest. And then just to also, and since I'm not sick often anymore, because when I grew up, I was on chronic medication, which is for asthma and sinusitis. So by eating healthy and exercising, I don't, the medication is just there in case there's something happening, just for an emergency. So when you start taking care of yourself, you realize that you are not dependent on medication, because medication just there to a way of saying, how are you going to solve it and understand what is making you feel like that. Because there's this book by Louise Hayes, if you're not aware of sin, you can something book, so it can even show you different things that you can do. So there is power within you, because even when it goes to sleep, your body heals itself. It goes through so much. Even ourselves, how you have grown up, you don't know how what is really happening. That is the power of our creator and the science that is happening within ourselves. Isn't these checks driving our minds in expectation of sickness? I believe in creating with my mind. No, they are not. Because at times you just need to know where you are. So yes, I won't say they're driving our minds. So I remember there was a family member who wouldn't do checks, and later they found out, but they did blood tests, and then yeah, the cholesterol was high. And at times you might say you're lean, you're thin, or and you feel like you're okay at times because of the food that we eat. So that is why I say the checks are important. The food that we eat. Um, I used to say when I was young, I was really poor in terms of eating because I was eating pap and spinach and pap and legumes. And these are the things that when you get older you realize that they're quite more healthy, they have less additives, and they nourish you. So depending on what you're eating on a daily basis, so you need to be aware of what you're eating on a daily basis because it affects you. And also if you want to know how food affects you, so there's food that will tell, because even your body can tell you when some food is not good for you. The food that I eat might be good for me, but for you it won't, because you might feel bloated, you might feel tired. So when you start looking at what on your food and whatever is in there, and also the reading labels is quite key. You realize how your body reacts, but you need to start keeping a journal. And if you're really serious about yourself and you're someone who's ill, start and creating a journal and seeing how food is affecting you different. And you might find that within the house you're the only one who's big, because we all also have got different blood types and how we react. So what would I recommend, suggest for people, especially during pandemic and economy, about go doing these checks, people without medical aids? So as I started, I just shared about what happened, because even myself, I didn't have a medical aid until when I started working. I'm not sure if the government clinics, if they're still doing that. So I'm not sure wherever you are if they're doing that. Because when I used to go to Charlotte Clinic, they used to do that. I don't know if someone who can tell me. I haven't been to any government clinics or yeah lately. So that is what they would do. And yeah, because with the urine is quite important, and then they'll do the pricking as well. And understand there's a fee if there is a fee. I'm not sure how true that is. So I would encourage them to go to their local clinics and also their local hospitals to do that. Yeah. So I'll also research on that, and then I'll give feedback on next week Wednesday when I do my Wellness Wednesday, just to find out what is really happening. So I'll consult and just do more research on that. Yeah, but it's quite important that we know how we are and how food affects us, and also just doing the basics. Like I said, for me, I used to think like eating spinach, and that is what I eat lately. There are days I'll just, because I'm anemic, so my iron level goes down. So I need to eat spinach. It helps with iron. I need to eat liver as well. So it's quite amazing. And also I have beetroot, so there are times when my iron level goes up. And I also learned throughout with being anemic, it's when you, like, if there are pills that one would take and you take with dairy, you find that they counteract the effectiveness of iron. So that is why we need to be able to read the labels and understand whatever we eat, how it impacts the supplements that you are eating as well. So for me, it's like when I take Ferrimet, I'll still feel dizzy and tired, because, and then I learned later that I need to have at least 2 hours between the milk, and I really take milk lately as well. And how I manage the iron is through having liver, is through having spinach or kale. I know kale is, it tastes but what you can do, you can mix both. And one thing that I learned as well is that as well is spinach, you shouldn't overcook it, because you remove the nutrients that you desire. So yeah, so when one gets older, you realize that the basics that you had when you were young, that was luxury. So I'm learning to appreciate the luxury that I had when I was young. Because when you get older, say, I've got money, I can buy this, and then you realize some of the food is not good for you, you're intoxicating yourself, and then you're just causing what we call the disease within yourself. Yeah, I trust with what I've just shared today, guys, you'll be taking your health seriously. Do the checks. They are uncomfortable, but it's similar like going to a coach, to a therapist, where they have to ask you questions, where you have to work on yourself. Because if you don't do it for yourself and you don't prioritize yourself, no one is going to do it. People are going to cry. They say something happens and then they're going to cry. They're going to say you're not well. And then after that, they're going to forget about you. So you're the most important person in your life. So prioritize yourself, love yourself, take care of yourself. Because if you take care of yourself, you're showing the world how to take good care of you and how to help you as well. And knowledge is power. Continue expanding, continue learning, learn about labels. There's so much I can share about labels, reading food and all that. So always question even your body when you're about to eat something. That is a power that we have as human beings. It tells you no, even if you haven't read the labels. That is the power. So start listening to your intuition as well and really take good care of yourself. So if you still have got any questions, just type them. So I trust you have learned, and also you know now about the herbal blends that I have. So I'll continue sharing other blends that we have. So today I shared about the Goddess and the Nourishing, and they're all, you can see it's just different colors as well, and it's different ingredients. So these are the ingredients, I'm not sure if you can see, and then they are the ingredients. But if you like to order now, let me know. And then as soon as the website is available, I'll share that as well. But take care of your health. It's so serious because we need to nourish us ourselves with food that is good for us, and your body can tell you as well. And also read, expand, and understand what you're ingesting within yourself. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening. So I'll talk to you next week, Wednesday, when we do the wellness, and then join me again on Tuesday when we talk about credit repair. So next week we'll be talking about a different topic on credit repair, because people are indebted. As much as you say this person is successful, is earning 100,000 and the other one is 10,000, your behaviors and your relationship with money, you find that both of you are the same. You just at the end of the day, what do you do with the 10,000 and how the other one do with the 100,000? You find that the one with the 100,000, they're indebted. And then the one with the 10,000, they are very content, they're happy. And tomorrow is a day when people are going to have heart palpitations, anxiety, stress, banging the phone, switching off the phone, because everybody will be asking for money. So payday is not a nice day for those who are working. So be kind to people, and yeah, just be kind. So if you've got issues with your credit, come, let's help you. So I help you fix your credit score, but I'm not a debt counselor. But if you need that, I'll also refer you to other people. All I do is to help you manage and come up with plans, and also educate you to understand why you're in that situation so that you don't repeat it again. And also understanding the terminology within finance. There's so much that at times we are not aware of. And we spend less time understanding our bank statements and the contracts that we sign. And it's not right, guys. We need to step up. We are an entity, you are an organization. You need to know where your money is going, what is happening with it, and also have that relationship, that good relationship. And you find that you might have traumas because of money, and when money comes, it just disappears. So we'll be going deeper into understanding so that you have that financial peace and that financial freedom. So I trust you have a lovely week. And if you're in Richards Bay, do join us. We've got the champagne breakfast on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we've got the Healing the Father Wound for the ladies class. It's on Zoom. So if you're interested to join that, do let me know. I'm looking forward to that session. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, that's it from me. So thank you for tuning in. And if you still have got any questions, type them, and then I'll also find out more about what is happening in the government clinics and the hospital, how they can help people with doing health checks, and then I'll provide feedback on that. Thank you. Enjoy. And if you are on my YouTube, so subscribe and like so that you can receive the recordings as well. Thank you. Bye bye.